Hey, how's it going? My name is Brandon.
They call me Jose.
We're from the band Incubus, and this is our Incubus 8.
When you land on your feet, you're a nimble bastard, and you don't skip a beat. Such a nimble bastard.
I'll tell you the secret to longevity and rock and roll and with friendship and stuff like that. But you can't tell anybody.
Just stays here.
Moisturize.
Expensive hand lotions.
Like hand lotions, face creams, friend foot massages. Those kinds of things really do go a long way in the sort of the prolongation and the propagation of the rock and roll ethos. Moisturizing.
Yeah.
I'd say most of the time we're building songs or building lyrics and melodies around musical ideas, but it's kind of like anything is fair game in our process. And we've talked to lots of other musicians and songwriters, and everybody has similarities in their process, but subtle and then sometimes not so subtle differences in how they do things.
Yeah, just a spark of inspiration, whether it's a lyric or guitar line or drum beat, it kind of happens every which way.
Sometimes it can be even as random as anthrophonic sound from a city, and you catch a rhythm of something, you know, like a truck going by meets a handsaw meets someone's conversation, and that honestly can create ideas for songs, and it has before. That was sort of the driving force or the driving factor in the title. It was kind of for us, maybe a mildly self-indulgent celebration of the fact that we have survived this long and are still happy and still excited about making music and still love each other. But there was also something about just how beautiful the number 8 is. And we've been talking about it over the past couple of weeks, and perhaps even the symbolism deeper in just the number itself and how it's just one continuous line that just keeps moving and moving. I need like a really sycophantic yes man nearby it all the time.
Yes.
Yeah, the truth is I kind of suck, and I need a lot of my confidence continually bolstered and supported. It's nice to have someone to berate too, who's not going to leave. Is that two things?
It's two.
That's two different people.
What's the third?
Third is probably my therapist. We need at least 2 to 3 hours before a show as a band. And there's all kinds of things, like we do like Tibetan chants. We need to purify our insides before we go on stage, so we always have sterile string around. So each of us has to swallow the string, and when it comes out our butthole, our insides have been purified.
Correct.
That's really the only time you can then go on stage. You
Right.
can be pure on the inside.
One female and one male astronaut to have in the room an hour before the show.
Only to tell us about space, though, because none of us actually have aspirations of going to the moon yet.
Right.
But we need to be told about it before we get into that kind of like headspace.
Yep. What else? Swift kick to the nuts by each of my band members.
Yeah.
And
You kind of do it to each other.
yeah, it's kind of the basic rudimentary type of pre-show rituals.
Your common run-of-the-mill rock and roll. Yeah.
Probably Animal from the Muppets.
No,
it would
he
look great.
It would look awesome. Would you be there, like, to just check it out?
On
On your night off, would you come to your own show to watch Animal do?
I mean, I'd be there, you know, as his tech, of course, helping him out, however I could.
Like if he started losing stuffing, you could just like stuff.
Yeah, I'll stuff him, hold, you know, his bottle of milk for him, feed him cookies as he plays.
I like this theme, so I'm gonna say Beaker is gonna replace me.
That's good.
Doug Beaker, the Muppet, he's the scientist. And you know.
You look like him for a minute.
I can do the Beaker face.
Never sleep or sleep as much as you can. It's one or the other. There's no like
In between.
Yeah, no gray area.
Wear a condom.
Broccoli. Broccoli's good. 3 times a day.
Food and sleep.
Yeah.
I think honestly that's like the best advice anybody could have ever given me. Naturally though, we both kind of had that part wired from day one. I can take a nap anywhere. I've slept on stage while they were sound checking, like on the drum riser.
You've probably napped every conceivable place on tour.
It actually is a really valuable attribute when you're which when you're traveling, but especially if you have to like, you know, sing or perform music, to be able to just kind of like take a quick kip anywhere you are.
You're kind of like, you're constantly rejuvenating.
Yeah.
Mind, body, and soul.
Totally. A lot of the experience has gotten a little bit like blurry, to tell you the truth. We kind of grew up on the road. Spent our whole 20s and our whole 30s on the road. One that always comes back to me is 2 summers in a row in Indianapolis having to hold gigs with a sold out audience outside as tornadoes go by.
Yeah, yep.
And the one drunk dude like who climbs on top of the building like, is this the best you got, God? We're like, no.
Yeah, there's been a couple of those. The one that sticks out to me is being on tour with Black Sabbath and Pantera. And we were like, you know, young skate lads wearing baggy pants and baggy clothes and skating and thrashing around. And Mr. Pantera breaks into our room and brings us Wrangler jeans to put on and kind of made us put them on. So we did.
That guy Pantera brought in tight-fitting Wrangler jeans and made us put on. Made us drink first, remember? And then
some whiskey, I believe.
Yeah, and then your jeans are too baggy. Put these on. What? Put these on. Okay.
So we put them on, then rock the show.
Yeah.